I'm Alan Richardson. I'm president of Potomac Valley Brick Supply, a company that has been distributing brick in the Washington surrounding area in Baltimore since 1976. Potomac Valley Brick does represent a number of products that can lead and are green sustainable products. A number of the brick manufacturers that we represent do have enough recycled content in them to be considered LEED point obtainable, as well as some of the accessories that we represent. One of the major concerns or issues that we have with addressing LEED is how our sales team addresses the need for points in any LEED generated project. The idea of a competition really came from Peter Dew in a discussion that he had with myself and our green team of three individuals that have helped put Potomac Valley Brick at least in a conscious working mode of what we need to do to address the new sustainability and durability and energy efficient properties or necessities of us selling our product, brick. And in that, once the green team was formed, we hired Peter as our sustainability consultant to help us figure out how we were going to do this as a sales team. So I think the competition was something that Peter did present to us about a year ago as a means that we could use to at least explore ideas from the design community of how we could look at clay brick and masonry construction as a energy efficient means and sustainable means of construction, as opposed to just a method to gain points in a LEED project.
As an architect, my feelings about how architects select materials is that it doesn't have a lot to do with sustainability. That architects tend to create images of their buildings and then select materials that support those images. And that architects' understanding of the fundamental physical qualities of the materials that they use is not very high. Now, sustainability is beginning to change that, and I think architects are thinking more about the materials that they use. Right now, it's sort of what their recycled content is and where it comes from. You know, if you look at architecture in the past, a lot of climate and comfort criteria were satisfied passively, and because we didn't have mechanical systems. And we've forgotten the art of doing those sorts of things. And I think you know, sustainability is having us relook at that, and that's part of what the purpose of this competition is. You know, when you take life cycle costing into consideration, brick products are inherently sustainable, and from what they're made of to you know, their durability. Thinking as I have now and sort of recalling some projects that I did as a student, I think there are a lot more interesting things to do with brick, and now I think, you know, you could select brick for its performance characteristics, and then finally for its durability. When you design with brick, you're not designing a 40-year building or a 50-year building. You're building a 100-year or a 200-year building, which is fundamentally a more sustainable act than building a 40-year building. Well, the idea of the competition evolved in trying to address the question that Alan presented. How can his sales team talk to the architectural and design community about the sustainable qualities of brick in terms other than just tracking the LEED points? So the question for me was, what is truly sustainable about brick? I didn't really know how to tell that story. So the idea was to create a competition, get these ideas from the thinkers in the design community, and then to harvest the data from that competition and winners and disseminate that information in some way back to the broader community so that they can better understand how to use brick.
You know, one of the first and foremost expectations we had was to get awareness of clay brick into the design community as it may fit into any green or sustainable or net zero energy thought process. And to achieve that, we needed to have this competition to help get the word out. So awareness in the design community, the architectural community, and to the engineering community is one of the real big things that we thought we could achieve with this competition. You know, when I was first presented with the thought of and the idea of having an international design competition, I have to say that I really took a step back trying to understand how a small brick distributor in the mid-Atlantic could fit into an international design competition on sustainability or energy efficiency. However, through the discussions with Peter and Rob Bussner and the Green Team, and their thoughts on how we could promote this through social networking and get the word out about this competition using Twitter and Facebook, it became obvious that getting the thoughts and the concepts and the ideas from an international design community could be advantageous to what we need in the industry, as I mentioned earlier about the awareness of clay brick and clay brick masonry construction. So it was something that once I grasped hold of the ability to do this within a budget, it became very exciting that we were going to be able to have an international competition, and with getting entries from 17 different countries, I think it was a success. We also had winners from 3 different countries.
Four, including the U.S.
4, including the U.S. We are a country.